Do you cover PSAs in the baby's guide, or does there need to be like the toddler's guide or the adolescent's guide?
There, yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good idea because this was just the concepts, and there's a lot of things that we don't touch on that we do that is our day to day. My my friends were all joking. They're like, "When are you going to put the boondoggles and golf tournaments and all those things on there?" I was like, "That's going to be the adults version."
A baby's guide to
There
sandbagging
you
your
go.
golf score.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
A baby's guide to manipulating your
that's great.
handicap.
yeah, yeah.
I think, did we just
I
make
don't
ourselves,
want to teach that trick.
did we just make ourselves your advisory committee for your, for the baby's guide to
Yes.
landmanning?
I think so. You're hired.
Yeah, deal. This is right up my alley. You don't know it, man. I've got a
Honestly,
treasure
it
trove
would
here.
be so helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think these guides would be super helpful, just because it can be so complicated, and if you don't know what you don't know, yeah, you should create a sequel. Have you already thought about that?
Yes. So
Okay.
everybody has, not everybody, but quite a few people are like, what's the next one? And so I was joking, and I was like, I'll maybe try to do one for geology. And so I actually put pen to paper, and I've got an outline, but it's not ready to go. I haven't played with the AI. The artwork is going to be even harder than what we've got here. But yeah, so people have said do a series, and so I'm working on it. It's just I'm stepping more out of my comfort zone than what I probably should.
Well, when you finish that series, like, it'll calm down.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you can get that series out, things will just smooth
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You'll be able to relax and just kind of coast through the rest of your career. No big deal.
Yeah.
By that point, my daughter will be a teenager, and I'll just be scared about everything she's doing instead of what's going on in my career.
Yeah. Well, you'll be more
Yeah.
scared about what everybody else is doing with it.
Yeah,
Water and say,
exactly.
"Oh God, sending my child out into the world with these crazies." Mercy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, by then you also have your own
That's
YouTube
great.
channel, and you'll have a children's TV series on Nickelodeon. This is just the beginning. The Landman business is in your
this is the
past at
beginning.
this point, man.
I like where your head's at. Got to diversify a little bit.
Well, tell me about it. That's the life of a field landman. It's like, how can I be a landman tomorrow? Let me count the ways of how a landman can work. You better go do it.
It's ever changing, right?
Oh gosh.
I mean, from when you started to today is probably a night and day change of how the business is run.
Oh, and the things a landman can do. I mean, God, we spent a ton of time on this podcast alone just trying to highlight and educate but the field landman community and the in-house, the company side landman community on what's out there and what these things are and what these concepts are. I would have never thought it. But it's important. I mean, there aren't a ton of landmen getting into the business, especially on the field side over the last 4, 5, 6, 8 years. But if you open your eyes, to what opportunities are out there and what can a landman do, there's just so much out there that this skill set is transferable. So I got all kinds of ideas for, the edition 3 and 4 and 5 or volume 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can just go for days, man.
There we go. Let's get it rolling.